So I wanted to talk to you guys about Elon. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let us go. Elon is in trouble with some folks. I don't even know how to describe what's going on right now. He basically told his homeboy, hey, these people over here spending money, and it sounds funny because they putting $50 million into condoms and stuff like that in Gaza or something, or in the Sudan or whatever, right? And trans dance shows in Ecuador. And so Donald Trump, being that he's not about details first, he's not a detail first guy. He's a shut it all down and then slowly open it back up kind of guy. That's how Trump is. That's why I keep reminding people of that whole Muslim ban thing he did. In the end, it became certain people from certain countries that couldn't travel to certain places. But initially, he was just like, no, shut the whole situation down. Because he doesn't have the ability to quickly look through things. So what he decided to do was do just that. He decided to shut down what's known as U.S. aid, okay? Now, I'm going to admit to y'all, I didn't know what U.S. aid was. I actually thought it was aid for people in the U.S., but apparently it is not. It is aid from the U.S. to other people. And so initially I was like, what do you mean they're stopping the aid to the U.S.? You know, because we had just heard the thing about the federal funds for DEI and all this other stuff. So initially, when I saw it, I was like, what? Thinking that U.S. aid was actually us. But apparently it wasn't. So I'm going to go into that a little bit. All right. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I want to read the headline here because we're going to get into something on this. Corrupt abuse of power. That's what they said. Democrats criticize Elon Musk and Donald Trump as USAID headquarters close amid Tesla CEO's Doge plan. That is a long headline to say something that I think may or may not have happened, okay? And I'm going to tell you why. So I'm going to read through some of this article. But basically, if you didn't know, the U.S. Agency for Internal Development or International Development is what U.S. aid is. And this is like, this is how they send money to other countries and other like countries' programs. And they pay to put their influence in other places. And that's what U.S. aid is. So they like, yo, we'll give you this if you let us do this thing over in your country. So let me take this through. Joseph Kuhn in the chat, you're right. Cutting federal spending is reducing power, not necessarily abusing it. And if you hear, I don't know if this article will cover it, but I'm going to make sure I pull it up. If you hear what some of the stuff was they were spending money on, you got to question, a rational mind would question. If you don't question some of this stuff a little bit, like the condoms thing, I'm like, damn, what do we need to send condoms anywhere for? Like, that's their population. Why are we what are we talking about here? Anyway, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to it. So anyway, they say Elon Musk has taken control of USAID, also untrue, prompting its closure and sparking criticism from lawmakers and staff who label the move illegal. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio backs the initiative, and let's also say he's also acting in another capacity with the FAA and stuff like that. Marco Rubio's just coming from the side doing all types of stuff. Ain't nobody talking about Marco Rubio. They too focused on Elon Musk and not realizing that Elon Musk doesn't have power. He just has the ear of the president, but he doesn't have the pen. You understand what I'm saying, right? And we know Donald Trump is for himself first. So if Elon came to him with something that was just totally goofy, then he would be like, nah, we're not even going to do that. That's stupid. Because he doesn't want to be second fiddle to Elon. He brought him on, so to speak, right? So I need people to stop thinking that Elon Musk can shut anything down at this point. He does not have that power, and we're going to discuss why later. All right. So they say Elon Musk moved to take control of the agency, but he didn't really. He just said, yo, this place is crap. And they're spending money on this other stuff. And so employees were told to stay away from the office after the agency's website went offline over the weekend. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio announced on Monday that USAID would now be under his control. So not Elon's control, not Elon's control. I'll say it, I'll triple it up like Umar would do. Not Elon's control. So stop the narrative. They'll have people focused on the wrong thing. Do not focus on Elon Musk. He's the puppet dancing in front of you, like doing the goofy shit to see you, so you can be entertained to a degree and distracted. So, I mean, we'll have fun with it. I'll talk about it because people want to talk about it. And they're telling me Elon Musk is shutting the government down. How, Sway? He does not have the power to do anything like that at all. Don't let them fool you with the bullshit. He does not have the power to go into an office and give orders to anybody. That's why they had to put Marco Rubio in that position so that the decision could be made to shut shit down. And the truth is, they didn't shut it down per se. They told everybody to work from home that day. Now, me personally, I would have worked my ass from home. I would not have gone down there protesting in front of the building. But that's what they decided to do. Me personally, I'd have worked my ass from home because that's what they told them to do. So you may not get that in the mainstream media, but that is actually what happened. They were told to not come to the office and instead work from home. I thought that's what the federal government wanted to do anyway. Wasn't that the whole argument with the work from home and they had to come back? There you go, Joseph Kuhn. Jump in that chat. Tell them Congress got the purse strings. That's who got it, okay? Focus on your Congress members, House of Representatives, them dudes. Trump does nothing by himself. Musk has zero power by himself, other than maybe to Tesla and some of these defense contracts that he's subsidized by. So, of course, he's going to try to be in the president's ear. We'll see what the conversation is when we start talking about the defense budget. We haven't gotten to that conversation yet. At least I haven't seen it. And we'll see where Elon stands on that kind of spending. But even if he decides to be a jerk on that, because it's his money at that point that they're going to be messing with, it doesn't mean that the $50 million going to condoms should have been going to condoms. So I got to appreciate, okay, I see what you're doing over here. Let's just keep that same energy when we get to the defense contracts. Okay? Let's just keep that, because you're going to be trying to get us to spend billions on Mars. And I keep telling y'all, stay the hell away from Mars. So, nonetheless, we back it up here. Read a little bit more. So, 600 employees could not access their computer systems, and they basically were prevented from coming in the building. But they were told to work from home. So the building wasn't open. They were told to work from home. That means that they were already able to work from home. Were they already working from home? And they just were supposed to come back, and then they weren't allowed to? I don't know. But anyway, Musk referred to USAID as a viper's nest of radical left Marxists who hate America. A lot of strong speech there, right? So it's okay. He can speak strongly. But here's the thing. USAID runs health and emergency programs in about 120 countries. It plays a role in U.S. foreign policy and global influence, including competition with China, where Musk has business interests. So I'm not sure who wrote this. Times of India. They definitely don't like Musk. I can see how they're spinning this a little bit. Okay, so Trump told reporters Musk can't do anything without our approval, which is 100% right, but also suggested that he agreed with the action. So the point isn't that Elon Musk is doing anything, but he's bringing an idea to somebody who agrees with him. And that person is the president. So he still doesn't have any power. He just has the president's ear. He's able to talk to him directly. Like if I could call Trump myself and be like, hey, Donnie T, I just found out they're spending $50 million on these condoms over here. I think we shouldn't do that. That's stupid. People don't want that. I talk to the American people on my podcast, and they're not really down with that. And then he turns around and says, all right, shut the whole situation down. Whoa, I just wanted you to look into it. I didn't shut it down. I just said what I said. The decision was Donald Trump. You understand what I'm saying? So let's keep the focus where it needs to be, people. Worry about Elon when we get to these defense contracts. When he start talking about that budget, yeah, then we're going to have a whole different conversation. But basically what happened with USAID or with USAID is a bunch of companies that were like non-government organizations were receiving these federal funds under what looks like shell companies. There was a bunch of, and I'm going to bring it up because people are not going to believe me. They're not going to believe me. They're going to be like, nah, ain't time, crap. No, they were like shell companies. Let's go back over here. Do that. I'll bring up my girl, Caroline. Caroline. Let's see what we got here. Let's bring up Caroline.
Karen.
Do you know if Mr. Musk took the same oath that you and other senior advisors to the president took about adhering to the Constitution, following the law? Do you know if he took that oath?
I don't know the answer to that question, but like I
They're asking if Elon Musk took a constitutional oath.
He has in the areas of global health or humanitarian aid to be able to assess what's happening at USAID?
Well, first of all, Elon Musk is a once-in-a-generation business leader. He is an entrepreneur. He serves as a great ally and a friend to the president. And I think Elon Musk also has a little bit of common sense. And I think the American people really appreciate that when it comes to the federal government, because it seems like all common sense has been lost in this city. And that's what you see when you look at USAID. I know Secretary Rubio made some comments about how he will be acting as the director over that agency. And here's the reason why Elon Musk and others have been taking a look. Because if you look at the waste and abuse that has run through USAID over the past several years, these are some of the insane priorities that organization has been spending money on. $1.5 million to advance DEI in Serbia's workplaces, $70,000 for a production of a DEI musical in Ireland, $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia, $32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru. I don't know about you, but as an American taxpayer, I don't want my dollars going towards this crap, and I know the American people don't either, and that's exactly what Elon Musk has been tasked by President Trump to do, to get the fraud, waste, and abuse out of our federal government. Karen.
Do you know if Mr. Musk...
Okay. So you heard what she had to say. Now, I want to address a couple of quick things because a lot of the people in Congress are very upset about this whole Elon Musk thing. And I would bring up Senator, what's his name, Rankin, but he doesn't look as nice as Caroline Levitt, so I'll just leave her image up. But basically, he got up there and said Elon didn't have, like, he's not even supposed to be allowed around any of this. And I would just like to let you guys know, okay? I would just like to let you guys know Elon Musk has a top secret U.S. government clearance already. He's had it since 2018. You cannot fire rockets off the coastlines without government clearance. And with that kind of technology, you need a top secret clearance. I don't know if the next level up, I think, is super secret or whatever the hell it is, but he basically has the same clearance as all of them Congress people and all of the rest of them people as the damn president. And here's my thing. Okay, because we're going to have a quick discussion about this. Just for a moment, I want y'all to humor me here. If I, as a regular citizen, go to get a job at SpaceX and I have a felony on my record, they will not hire me. And the reason they won't hire me is because I can't get a top secret clearance. Because you need one to work there. So how the hell can the president have the same clearance, but also have a felony? That clearance is supposed to be revoked. Like if you have, let's say you're a military person and you got top secret clearance and then you like do some shit, they revoke your clearance because you did the shit, whatever that shit is that you did, right? So if they wanted to prosecute Donald Trump for 34 felonies, which they apparently did, then they should have an issue with his top secret clearance. I'm just saying. Are we missing that? Did y'all get it? So it's all bullshit. These felonies and all this stuff, it's just paperwork. It's just a card to pull when you feel like hitting the, joker on the deck. That's literally all it is. So I don't want to hear nothing else about Elon can't be where Elon is, because Elon ain't done nothing other than be close to his new friend, Donald Trump. And I don't believe that friendship is brand new. I think it was already going on when Trump was not president for a few years. And then that's when they unleashed it as he went into the campaign. Elon didn't just flip overnight. He was already working on that years ago. And he knew, let me get with Trump and we can get this money. So he jumped on that bandwagon. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, Elon Musk has a top secret U.S. government clearance. So let's not talk about how much he can do alongside of the government. He could literally try to get confirmed for the government. Now, granted, he would probably have some problems with that because he smokes weed on podcasts and things like that. So they would definitely have an issue confirming him for something. But I'm saying he wouldn't be disqualified just because of like a clearance issue. He could get that clearance. He has the clearance, okay? So here's the real question, right? And I need y'all to let me know in the chat for those of y'all that are here. You heard the list of things that Caroline Leavitt spoke upon. Do you want your money to fund these things? And you can put the thumbs down in the chat if you don't want your money to fund those things. And it's okay. If you want to fund drag shows in Ecuador, that's cool. I'm just saying, in a general sense, should the U.S. taxpayer money be going to it? Now, if you want to buy a ticket to something and you're supporting it in that degree, that's okay. But I'm just wondering if y'all think the U.S. should be paying for that. So I don't, but I'm going to let you know the play. Here's the play. Okay. Elon is going to cut all of this stuff on the outside, all this little fat. He's going to cut it all on the outside and then ask him to move it into that Mars shit. That's the play. But I can't disagree with the fact that I don't want $50 million of taxpayer money going to condoms. So it's like a checkmate. It's like you dragging me into this, and I can't disagree with that because I am a person with common sense. And common sense does say we don't really want to do that. Even if I don't like this dude, that point, yeah, no, I don't really want to do that. I don't want to fund drag shows in Ecuador. Like, for what? What is that going to help my family or my life with? At nothing at all. So no, sorry. Keep my dollars here, doing shit here for us. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, Karen Hopper, jumping in the chat saying the same thing. Keep my money here. We got more than enough stuff that I would rather fund here to get us together. Like to fund some mentoring programs for that young man I had on here earlier who about to do about 30 years over something he should have just never got himself into and didn't have nobody there to tell him not to. So I'm okay with not paying for certain things. Like or hate Elon Musk or Trump, you should be able to at least say, yeah, that was dumb. I didn't know they were buying that. I didn't know they were buying. Nobody asked me about the condoms. So, yeah, you know what? I'm going to give them a second here. Melissa, thank you for stopping in as well into the chat. I'm trying to have a convo with the folks, and they get pulled into it, and they forget to hit the like button. A lot of them. So don't blame them. It happens all the time. So right now, since Melissa did bring it up, I need everybody to go ahead and hit that like button. Let the algorithm know that we're here. We're having basic convo. You can say your piece. Now, if it's goofy, we're going to let you know because this is the Purge of the BS. So if it's bullshit, sorry. But what I'm saying is that was bullshit. The stuff that they found, I couldn't find any good reason why I would want to pay for that. So I'm like, you know what? I can't even argue the point. Now, what I could argue was him shutting the building down. But then I found out he didn't even shut the building down. Somebody else did. Marco Rubio took over, and they told them people to work from home. So what I saw in the news was a bunch of people who I thought were without jobs, but really they were just taking the day off on their own. They were taking PTO. They should have been working, actually, according to that. They took the day off from work. And speaking of taking a day off, hold on, you can double tap the screen like on Instagram? I didn't know that. I always had to hit the 3 dots and make the thing come down and hit the like or drop the chat like on mobile. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. So thank you, Melissa, for letting everybody know how to like the stream without having to go through a whole bunch. Thank you. Let's give it up for Melissa. Let's give it up. All right. So you're right over here, though, Melissa. You can't really trust the mainstream media to give you full information, which has now become like my thing. I get a clip. People send me stuff all the time now. Like, hey, check this out. Purge this, purge that. And then I got to look at it. And then I'm like, what am I missing? And I get to go find these clips like what Caroline Levitt is talking about. So one side was U.S. aid. Like I said, I started with thinking aid to people in the U.S., so I was way off. Then I found out, okay, this is aid to other countries. So I'm thinking, okay, food and, kind of things like that. Then all of a sudden they start telling me about condoms and drag shows. I said, well, hold on a second now. Where was this in the bill? What was that, page 4? Because the first page is hunger, starvation, water. Okay, I'm with all that shit. Let's help a few people out. Now, I still don't understand why we got to be the world's co-parent, so to speak, but I would be okay with us helping out people with like necessities, food and rice and shit like that. That's cool. All right, it's the U.S. We do that. We drop a bag of rice out of a helicopter. You better look out or you might get hurt. We drop boxes on people. We do that stuff all the time. So the U.S. is known for that. But some of these efforts were, the reason why she brought them up is because they were specifically related to DEI. And DEI situations just started a few years ago. So this is bloated spending that didn't really exist. And let me see if I can get my Google thing to come up over here. Hold up. Kamala went on RuPaul? But that's true. The title of the law, even though them joints be long as hell, it can't give you all the little nuances that are inside. I know a lot of people want to be single issue voters, but Congress has already stated that like single issue voting would take too long. It's pretty much what they said. Give me a second here.